Okay, so this is a serious video regarding a TikTok user who has been harassing a bunch of child-free creators on the app to the point of doxing them and threatening their physical safety, all because we don't want to have children. I was about to go into the basics of this user, but their identity changes to support whatever argument they're making. So to make it simpler, let's call this person Joe, a nice strong unisex name. So about a month ago, Firestarter699, aka Joe, was using this profile picture, and they claimed to be a 60-year-old white and Creole woman who got her PhD in psychology and wrote many psychology books that she wouldn't give me the titles of. As Joe, she liked to try and insult fellow biracial people by saying that they seemed white. But as of this past week, Joe was using this profile picture and claimed to be a young Latino Jewish man who was 300 pounds, 6 feet 8 inches, and worked in cybersecurity. Oh, and they also got a degree from Yale. About 3 weeks ago, Joe targeted my friend Kieran. She is a fellow child-free creator. They threatened her, saying, "Fuck with the wrong person and you will end up with a visitor at your door. No amount of martial arts will help you with a lunatic." They also asked Kieran when her husband was going to be out of town, and it just so happened that he was about to go out of town. They also tried to friend a bunch of Kieran's friends and family on Instagram after Kieran herself shut down her TikTok profile and Instagram profile. Kieran ended up going to the police and making a report because this person was getting very, very specific. In the comments, they put her address and I believe her work address. Not to mention, because they were trying to follow all of her friends and family, they knew who those people were. Now at this point, this person had blocked me, and I naively assumed that they were out of my life. But this week, Firestarter unblocked me and came back. The Latino Jewish weightlifter. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be Latino and Jewish, I know that you can, but I highly doubt that this person is Jewish because before they claimed to be Jewish, they tried to insult me by saying that I must be Jewish. They also accused me of being trans, like a lot. But because I don't consider Jewish or trans to be an insult, they had to try a different tact. Then switched to informing me that because I told him he was boring me, that I was anti-Semitic because, oh, now he was Jewish. He also went hard on the slut shaming, saying that I got sterilized because I just have sex all the time. He said that I'm probably a sex worker who specifically did bestiality porn films with my dog. Again, just a reminder, all of this because I don't want kids. Joe really hates trans people, which is ironic because they change up their identity all the time, including their gender identity. But Joe is very obsessed with themselves. Like, I know that this isn't Joe, but he still talks about how he's a beast and women flock to him. He rejected about 4 people in my comments, me included, even though none of us were interested. He also asked if I wanted to see his penis to prove that he's Jewish. I had to break it to him that most American men his age are circumcised, Jewish or not. And then he talked about having sex with me. But let's get to the stuff that Joe hates about me, Kieran, and yesterday, Keisha. Because Joe had changed their profile picture and I thought they had blocked me, I didn't realize that I was replying to them on Keisha's video about being child-free. And the fact that I replied to them unknowingly set them off for days. He wrote to someone else in the same thread, "This one, me, trolls my posts all the time. I don't care that she's trans. I just don't want her trolling my comments. I don't like her." To be clear, I'd never been on their profile, but it turns out what they meant was that I'm always replying to their comments. But again, they unblocked me. But in any case, the only reason that we cross paths so often is because I follow a lot of child-free creators, so obviously they're on my For You page, and they also obsess over child-free creators. Joe also decided to tell little old child-free me that I'm a dude, something that dudes often have to say about themselves. Many dudes like women who are willing to have a family with them. You don't want kids. Find a person who shares your views. And I replied that, yeah, that was my plan and always has been. And he added that most men want kids. They just do. Okay, guess I won't be dating, marrying, or procreating with any of those men. There are tons of women on this earth that men who want a family can raise a family with. Those women are not my competition. Then Joe decided that not only am I a kid hater, but that I and all other child-free women are pagan. So I've already been Jewish in this conversation, but now I'm pagan. And finally, let's get to the fresh threats. As I mentioned, they doxed and threatened Kieran, and at the end of last week, they did the same to me and people who were commenting on my videos. Now, the truly hilarious part is that the tirade that they went on about me being trans, being child-free, being Jewish or not being Jewish, was not done on any of my 100+ videos about being child-free. It was done on a video I made yesterday about eating really good gluten-free pizza. But he didn't care, he dropped some threats. He said to one of the commenters, "I gave you a warning, all bets are off." He said, "You don't want to start fucking with me. Trust me on that. Would you like to find out?" And he promised me that he is making me his new project, and I haven't seen the last of him. But when I reported these comments, can you guess what TikTok said? Meanwhile, I got a strike on my account because when he said, "I'm not interested in you," I said, "Thank fuck," and that got me a strike on my account. This person is dangerous. I have blocked them, and I would suggest that all child-free creators, but really all creators, block them also. Especially because they like to change up their identity so much, so like me, you might be talking to them and you don't even realize it.